Maayong hapon. Welcome to Yap and Travel. I'm Emma, and I thought I would just introduce ourselves because I actually created this channel more so to just document our extended holiday that we're having here in the Philippines, but turns out some of you want to watch what we're doing as well. So, you know, initially I kind of thought maybe just our family and friends might want to see what we're doing, but complete strangers apparently also want to see. So I thought I would just introduce ourselves and let you know a little bit about us, so that if you are tuning in, you know sort of who we are, what we're doing here, and I'll just answer some of the common questions that I've been getting. Thank you so much for subscribing and commenting and encouraging. You've all been so encouraging. Please, ma'am, make more videos every day. We want to see your beautiful children. So thank you. It's really lovely, and it's nice to hear that people are enjoying what I make, because I honestly don't have fancy equipment. I'm just filming with my phone. You know, whether I buy things, I'm not sure, but for now I'm just sort of using what I've got, and I'm not good with technology. I'm actually really terrible. Everybody knows in my job, if I can't log in the morning, then I may as well just go home for the day. But yeah, thank you all. I really appreciate it. So I just thought I would introduce ourselves. I am Australian. I was born in Australia. My husband is Filipino. He was born in the Philippines, and we've been married for 5 years. We've actually been together though for 25 years. So I am, you know, very knowledgeable on the Filipino customs and culture. We have lots of family in Australia that are Filipino. All our friends are Filipino. I'm trying not to talk too fast. It's a problem of mine. All of our friends are Filipino. Obviously, we have family here in the Philippines, Mindanao specifically. But we have actually travelled here 4 or 5 times since we've been together. Our children have been here before. This is not a new experience for us. So we have 3 children, 9, 12 and 17. They are all approved for a year off of school. Our oldest though is doing her year 11, year 12, so she's doing online study here for the Australian curriculum, but all 3 are going to school here for a couple of days a week, but have recently said that they love it so much that they would like to go more than 2 days a week. The school system is so different. School here, apart from the hours, I mean, it starts so early, 7 a.m. That's been a big adjustment. We start around 8:50. You guys come home for lunch. We don't do that. And there seems to be a lot of times where, like, I hear from the other kids at school here, oh, we don't have school tomorrow, the teacher has something on. So I just hear it from other people. In Australia, we would be told well in advance that there's no school the next day or something. So that's been different. Like, the kids here tell me if we're supposed to go to school the next day, and I just take their word for it. Hopefully they're telling me the truth. But yeah, so they've all loved school, made lots of new friends. We have lots of family, like they have cousins in their classes or schools. So that's been really great for them to have a familiar face, and everybody is just so lovely. Like, they all want to, you know, it's great that they've got a new student, but they've all been, you know, friendly and welcoming and showing my kids around and playing. So that has been, you know, it's put my mind at ease, because each of them have great friendship circles already after only, well, we've been here 8 weeks roughly, but maybe 5 weeks they've already got their own friendship circles and really tight friendships already, which has been so good. Out playing basketball, TikTok dancing, all of these fun things, and that's been really good because it's hard to do that in Australia after school. You know, we're rushing to work, coming home, going to sports, doing homework, things like that, whereas here I feel like it's a bit more free after school to have fun, which I really wanted my kids to experience that here. So another question that I've been getting often is, why are we here? What are we going to do with our time here? So we came here to kind of escape the rat race a little bit of work day in, day out. A lot of rushing around, not really quality family time was being spent together. My husband obviously has a lot of family here as well, so he wanted to spend more time with that family because we just can't get back here enough when we're in Australia. So we thought, why not spend a longer period of time to, you know, just quality time with family. So that's why we're here. What are we going to do here? I don't know. We're hoping to sort of maybe volunteer a little bit or maybe start a business. We will just see what happens over time. We've, you know, took a bit to settle in because we needed to sort of set ourselves up with storage and food and school and all of those sorts of things. So now that that's kind of calming down, we will focus a bit more on what we're going to spend our time here doing. But the aim is to just have a bit more spontaneity, I think, about us and our lives, and just be together more as a family. A lot of planning went into coming here. We both have jobs and a house. Our kids obviously go to school, they have sports. We have lots of great friendships in Australia, so it was really hard to just pick up and leave. But I think it's super important to, if you're given an opportunity to try something different or new or something out of your comfort zone, I'm a big believer in taking those chances and opportunities when they're in your face. And that's what we did. So, you know, worst comes to worst, we could go home if we wanted. There's nothing stopping us from going back home if we wanted, but I don't think so. Like, who doesn't love the Philippines? What do we hope to get from our time? I would really love to see my children, me included, learn the language better. My kids are coming out with all sorts of reactions and responses in the typical Filipino way, like that. Mum, get me that. So, you know, it hasn't taken very long to get to that. Or things like that. I'll do an extra video on what they've learned about that type of thing in the coming days. But I'd really love them to learn the language while they're here. I would love them to eat more variety of food. I think that would be one of my biggest aims. Love them to start eating more fish. Like, you guys eat so much fish, which is great. You also eat a lot of meat, which I'm probably not used to as much. Obviously, we eat a lot of Filipino food at home, like maybe 3 or 4 times a week. But I would add far more vegetables to those meals. But it's just difficult to get some of the vegetables in the province. It's not as accessible as what it is in Australia. So just the variety, even like spinach or broccoli is a little bit harder to find, but even just the way of cooking it, I would probably steam it a lot at home. Here it's a bit harder to do steaming. I don't know if that's all Filipino households or just this one, but yeah, it's just different. It's not something we can't get over or get past. It's a first world problem, that's for sure. There's plenty of food to go around. It's just the variety. I do find that I seek out a Western option if there is an opportunity to do so. So like if I'm in a city where there's maybe like a cafe or something that has like a more of a westernized burger or meat flavor or something like that, then I will have that, or pasta, things like that. But I cook here as well. I've made pasta since I've been here. The flavor is different because of the meat or because of other variances that I might have to, adapt to, but that's okay. We will get there in the end, and there's always, everyone's always fed and happy, so that's fine. The cost of food here is probably one of the bigger shocks that I've had, even though I've been here before. When you're in holiday mode, it's a bit different. You're kind of just eating whatever and you're happy to spend extra. But when you're living here and budgeting to live here, the cost of food is probably been a little bit of a shock, maybe. I bought a watermelon the other day. It was like, it's not huge, it was like a small basketful, and it was 200 peso. That's half a day's wage for some people. So obviously people that can't afford it aren't buying it, but you would think that it's maybe not quite as much. I'm not sure why it's so much. Pork is also like 350 peso, 400 a kilo, which is nearly a whole day's pay for some people. So it is a little bit like, the longer you're here and the more you're connecting the dots, it is a little bit like, wow, it's actually more than what I thought it was. So yeah, but I reckon, correct me if I'm wrong, I think a 20 kilo bag of rice might be 3,000 peso. If I'm wrong on that, put it in the comments. 4,000. That's like maybe 60, 70 AUD. So that's quite a lot when rice is in every meal here. And some wages are 20,000 a month. I've noticed advertised roles in Manila, some of them are 20,000 peso a month. So if you're spending, 3 on rice, I don't know how doable that is. It'll be interesting over this year to see sort of a bit more of a connection between the wages and the cost of living. On that, I have seen a lot of people sort of commenting in different vlogs and posts that you can live in the Philippines for 500 Australian dollars a week or 2,000 a month. No, you cannot, in my opinion. That's my opinion. I think when you're from Australia, you're accustomed to certain things, and unless you're living like a local and you're not really going out anywhere or doing anything and you're eating very basic food, you are not living here on 500 a week, particularly if you're paying for accommodation. 2,000 AUD is like 74,000 a month, and I think if you're spending 3,000 on just rice and like 400 on a kilo of pork, I'm not sure how people do it for 500 a week when you've got electricity. Electricity is probably like minimum 1,500 a month. I saw a vlog the other day of a girl saying, that she spends, I think she said 5,000 a week. And I was like, what? I don't know. That's my opinion, but we'll see how as time goes on, if I change that. It could be just that I'm living above my means. I don't know. But you know, yeah, we'll see. On that, like, on the whole topic of Mindanao and it being dangerous, it's no different to anywhere else in the Philippines. It's the same as Manila. The people are the same as Cebu, Boracay, all the other places I've been. And the people across the Philippines, from top to bottom, are the same. Welcoming, hospitable, friendly. There's no difference. So I'm not sure where Mindanao got its bad rep from, but it couldn't be further from the truth. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. I love being in Mindanao. I like the province life. I like to go to the city every now and then, but you know, overall, being in the province, I prefer to be in the province than in the city, but maybe a balance of both. So I hope that has answered some of the questions and it gives you a better understanding of who we are and our family. If you've got any other questions, please put them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them for you. Thank you so much for tuning in and all your encouragement and kind words, and I hope to see you follow along and enjoy this ride with us and where we end up. So we will see. Ingat. Is that Tagalog? I feel like that's Tagalog. Wrong region. Anyway, take care. See you in the next video, and hopefully you continue enjoying the content that I'm putting up.